Welcome to Team Call, everyone. It is February 2nd, Groundhog Day, Laura's special day. If you saw her post today, she held up the groundhog once in New York, right? New York City? Wow, that was so cool. So we have so many exciting things going on. We have Team Cup this month. Team Cup is off and running day 2. They finally mailed the codes to us last night. So everybody should have their codes, and they are not specific to your account. So I don't know, it really only matters to people who have husbands' accounts and stuff, but you can share them with anyone that you want. And if you use them, by the 14th, then they will refill them for you. So if you use all 3, they will reward you with 3 more, which is awesome. So just keep sharing away and talking to people and sending all the invites and love for them to join us. We have this amazing free group, the Fit and Free in February. That's like, say that 5 times fast. It's awesome. It's so much fun. There's so much engagement. People are loving it. I just followed up with a bunch of people who are all raving about how nice everyone is and how much they're enjoying the recipes. And that's what this is all about. It's like a sneak peek into showing people what we do in challenge group, which is awesome too. So I love it. They give me all the good feels. So what else do we have going on? We have Off the Wall coming out. Laura posted that beautiful calendar in the team page, so everything should be up to date. Josh Coates has the push to Diamond call. That is Thursday night. That is one that you pre-register for, but it's totally free. And if you've never heard him speak, he's so super inspirational, motivational, and will get your thinking moving. So check that out. All that info is on in the team page. So what do we have? Anything else? Any other housekeeping stuff? Oh, we have a power hour tomorrow night for Team Cup at 8:30. So if you guys need some help, we've been hopping on the last 2 nights to work, but tomorrow we'll actually run through what we actually do in a power hour, how to add to our network, who to add to our network, how to invite, how to story, all those types of things. So bring your questions. If you have any questions, we're happy to answer them for you. So what's really cool about...
Wait, hold on. Friday is our happy hour. Don't forget about that.
Oh, yes, happy hour. Team happy hour, 8:30.
Yes, alcohol is not necessary, but welcome. But you can come hang out. We don't have to talk business. We can just like hang out with each other. Okay. Sorry. You don't want you guys to forget that.
No, please, anytime. So what is so freaking cool right now is all of you guys, and watching you guys emerge into these leaders is just like lighting our souls up. And I thought it would be really, really cool to hear from you guys, because you hear enough from Laura and I, and we talk enough, and it's nice to hear from other people how they've developed their businesses, how they've gotten to where they are, and they all have really cool stories. So, Rachel, you want to talk? Rachel's been a coach for so long with me, and she's like stepping into this coaching role, and I'm just so proud of her. So I'm going to shut up now. Go, Rachel.
So Melissa got me to sign up as a discount coach or a VIP, whichever way you want to look at it. Or what was your word for it, Laura? It wasn't VIP, was it? It was like
I say VIP member, but
VIP member. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't. I guess it just all depends on how you want to say it.
Coach in October of 2017, and I had absolutely no interest in ever working it as a business. I was like, no, my mother sold Mary Kay, and I swore I would never, ever do anything like this. And I love Mary Kay too, and I'm not bashing it, but I don't want to be a salesperson. And then I realized that it's totally not about selling anything to me. It's literally sharing something that I love. And it came down to figuring out my why and figuring out how much I love the community and how much I want to share that community, and anything else is just sort of like icing on the cake. And then I would like periodically try to do it a little bit, and every time I got a no, I would run away with my tail between my legs and scream at Melissa, like, no way, this is ridiculous, I'm not doing this. This is no. So one person told me no, so I'm gonna run away now, and she'd be like so yeah, I did the Team Cup in August, and that kind of was a little bit of a turning point, and then decided to do this again. And just kind of, the school year's hard because like Kristen's a teacher, and welcome Kristen, I'm so happy to have you here. But teaching in a pandemic is an adventure. We'll call it an adventure. It's good times, and we have so many teachers, but I haven't been like all in because it's just, teaching's hard right now. I'm trying to do my job too, and love my kids and have a great class and just do the best I can with it. So anyway, that's that. And I was chatting with Kristen yesterday. Was it only yesterday? I guess it was yesterday. So, and I said, like, she has been so rock star, just came right into the community and sharing already. And I said, you're totally living this coach life, and I see this in you. But I said, if you have anyone that you're interested in me sharing it with, I'd be happy to share it, but I'd rather have you be able to share it with people that you know and love, because it makes more sense for you to share it with them. And she signed up yesterday, so I'm so proud of her. I'm so happy to have her here. And that's it.
That is so awesome. And I was so impressed with that because like for so long, I've always heard like ask for referrals. And that's something that I'm not good at. Like I don't do very often. And it is something that I should do. Everybody should do. If somebody says no, well, who needs our help? Who needs my help? Who do you know that could benefit from something like this if you can't do that? And oftentimes people will come back with a response. So I was really impressed when Rachel said that that was sort of how she approached it. I love it. I love that. And I want to do that, in my business. I think that we're here to help. So who can we help? Who needs us? And, if it's not for somebody, who could it be for?
But
that's
better
awesome.
Yet, if someone's ready to do it themselves, then
yeah. Oh, hell yeah.
For them to talk to their people.
Absolutely. All right, Lauren, Laura, do you want to like introduce her?
I don't know. So Lauren originally did not sign up with me. She just signed up with another one of our friends, and she had no clue that there were things like challenge groups. I don't know if you even knew about coaching. So I don't even know how it came about, but I think I might have sent you an invite or talked about a group I was doing. No, I don't even remember.
I watched your videos, your stories.
Oh, well, there you go.
And I knew you had already been doing it with Kristen, but you just kept posting about like your progress, and then you might have been posting about your groups or whatever. And then I think I reached out to you in just an aspect of like, what the hell is this shit?
And then you were like using the products and stuff, and I was just like, hey, like, do you want to save money like by signing up?
No idea.
So she signed up for a discount originally, and she was like, you were not interested in the coaching side at first, and I never pressured you to do anything because I know for me, it took me a while. Like I was a discount coach or a VIP member for like 2 years before I actually tried to do something with it. Like people were like coming to me and watching what I was doing, and that kind of pushed me forward. And yeah, you just needed your own time. And then once you were like, I'm ready to go in, you're going.
Yeah, I'm kind of like a all or nothing, full throttle kind of person. So it's like when I have my high peaks, I have them. And when I have my dips, I just drop off for a little bit. So like if I disappear for a day, just give me a day. I'll come back. I just needed a moment. But yeah, I started off, I joined and I just picked Kristen just 'cause I didn't even know. Like, I think I just chose her because I knew who she was. Like, I didn't know what a coach meant, what any of that was. I was using the shakes, but I wasn't using them daily because I couldn't afford them. I straight up could not afford to spend $145 a month on my shakes. I was a poor zookeeper. And yeah, so when I joined Laura's group, I definitely started becoming more consistent with the workouts. And I don't know at what point you reached out to me about the shakes, but that was like a game changer for me because once I was able to cut that price a bit, I was way more consistent with using them. And I think it helped me in the group so much more. And then honestly, just watching the groups grow and how they formed and seeing you constantly post and the different things that you did and that what the people in the group were doing was just like super inspiring. And then when I hit a wall, when COVID hit, I finally was just like, "Ah, screw it, I'm in. Let's do this." And so it's been a process since I've started with that. Like, I've never been a big social media person posting. Um, I don't know, I'd share little things here and there. You really wouldn't hear about my life much. You definitely didn't hear about my personal life, or definitely not my emotions either, because I was just not a public person with any of that stuff. I even personally had issues figuring out my own emotions and never wanted to, like, I don't know, show my vulnerable side. And this was obviously very different because that's pretty much what you're doing. You're putting yourself out there. And I've slowly picked little pieces of the coaching world and attitude at a time. Like, I just only in December finally did my first challenge group, not by myself. I did have another coach with me do it. She's underneath Megan Ausden. I don't remember how to say her last name, but she's under her. And so we did a December group and it was good. We just didn't really click great. So that was a struggle. And now I'm working with Megan and it seems to be going good, I hope. I feel like it's going great. So I hope you feel the same. But it's really nice when you feel like you have somebody to work with besides your own coaches that you're helping and your coaches that are your like the coaches you look up to. It's nice to have somebody on your level that you kind of figure it out with together because it makes you more comfortable in it, I feel like, for me, at least for me. Yes, success partners. I mean, I feel like they just help you grow because you challenge each other, then you bounce your ideas off each other. I mean, we have our groups and the big threads, but sometimes it's a lot easier when it's a little more personal. And so I feel like that has really helped me come out of my shell even more as a coach. I'm definitely not as terrified anymore about running these groups now that I know there's more resources out there, and I'm sure there's plenty more that I haven't even found yet because just starting this thing out. And yeah, I guess it's been I've started this back in April, kind of making my way. Jumped into Team Cup last August. That was interesting for me. I had no idea what I was doing, but it was fun. So I'm excited for this month's Team Cup. And I will say those messages you guys sent out with the samples of how to invite kind of like random people, that was actually extremely helpful to me because sometimes it's just extremely hard to reach out. And I have reached out to more people in the last 5 days than I probably have in the last 4 months. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I'm an all or nothing. I just kind of jumped into this and just said, Roshi, sorry. The dog won't stop crying. But I don't know,
love
did
that
I miss
dog.
anything? She's
No, I
just
think that's awesome.
she's so
And
whiny at night.
I think the important thing to remember is that nobody knows what we're doing at
Right.
first or ever really. We just keep doing things, failing,
keep growing.
learning, and keep going. And we still don't know what we're doing half the time, but we just have learned what works. We learned what doesn't work. We always evaluate. And what they say, action breeds confidence. You just have to keep taking those steps. And I know how hard it is at first to be coachable because there were things that I heard repeatedly and didn't take into action. So everybody does it at their own speed, but you know, you just have to keep taking those steps, being uncomfortable, you know, doing the things whenever I get those butterflies, I'm like, I have to do that. Like I have to do that thing that I don't want to do.
Yeah, it's been really helpful also seeing where like when the different platforms change and everybody kind of struggles. It's like, oh, cool. I'm not the only one that struggles when something happens. So
Yeah, like Reels now. Reels is what you have to do. You know, everyone loves stories. People are not on stories right now. They're just not. I mean, it's a great tool to have, and hopefully they'll be back. But people are on Reels, so yeah, that's a great example. And that happened a couple years ago in 2017 when everybody went from Facebook to Instagram, and the people were like, "What? We don't want to do that." And the people that failed were the people who didn't change over, and they were just like, I'm not doing that. You have to just keep flowing and keep going with how things are rolling, you know? Okay, awesome job, Lauren. So Megan, so something that is really, really cool about Megan, and I won't talk for her, but I just want to say that first, what brought her to her confidence was kicking ass at the Ultimate Reset. And what do we say? Doing a program from start to finish, you're gonna feel amazing. So that brought her so much confidence that she had to share that with people. Wow. And then the second thing early on that she did that people really need to do, and I know I haven't done a great job of pushing my coaches to do, is start a challenge group of your own. Nothing makes you step into the role of a coach more than running your own challenge group. And my story, I know Laura's heard this a million times, is when I started, I had no intentions of really growing this business, but I sort of wanted to help people. So I was in a challenge group and I invited maybe like 2 people I had in it, and it was my uplines group. And I helped her run it. And I think we had 5 people running it. So that meant every 5 days we were in charge of posting. And some days I would forget. And my coach would be like, hey, Melissa, you haven't posted. And I would be like, oh, sorry. And I would like post. Well, guess what? First, I felt like an asshole. Second of all, I didn't really care about it. What did I care? You know, this was this challenge group that I was part of. I didn't really take it very seriously, right? And the next month was coming and I was like, okay, guys, like, what's our plan for this month? And my coach said, Melissa, you're on your own. And that wasn't because of me not posting that time. Like it was like a gentle nudge that this is your time to sort of go and fly and do your thing. And I was terrified. I'm like, what do you mean I'm on my own? And she's like, you can go and run your own challenge group now. You've seen how we do it, like go for it. And so that made me I had to post every single day. So I had to figure out the content that I was going to put. Now she gave me so many tools, just like we would give you guys. And, you know, we had I had things that I could use and freedom to do it, but it made me step up my game because I had to post every day. And 2, I had to fill it. I didn't have my upline putting her customers in. I didn't have anyone else throwing other people in. I had to fill that challenge group. So that made me become a coach. And then it made me say like, oh my God, wouldn't it be great if I had another person to run this with so that I could share posts and not do it every single day, whatever. So that's my story. And I really feel like everyone should start their own challenge group if they haven't yet, because it heightens you. You can always be part of, you know, your uplines groups, but if this is something that you're really wanting to do, that's when you really step into your role. So go for it, Megan.
Hello. So yeah, what made me, like Melissa said, what made me decide to be a coach was doing the Ultimate Reset and like committing to it 1,000%. And I had been a customer and I had been in Melissa's challenge groups like forever, but I was always like the flightiest, flakiest person. Like I would totally commit for, I don't know, like a week, and I'd be like checking in and doing great. And then I would kind of just like disappear for a while. And I did that probably forever. And then I finally got back around. Melissa always like checked in with me, and I finally got back into it again. And for whatever reason, I don't know what made me do. I think my sister had done Ultimate Reset, but whatever it was, I stuck to it like every day and I really went for it. And it was after that that I just felt so awesome. And I was like, I think I'm ready. Like Melissa had been talking to me about it, and I tried once before, and I was trying to come up with all of my content on my own, and I was so overwhelmed, and I was like, I don't have a brand, and I don't have a logo, and I'm like, oh my God, like who cares? Like I was so hung up on like all the little things that like it paralyzed me. So I gave up after my first week. I did 1 week of like free plank challenges, and then I gave up. I was like, I can't. And then after Ultimate Reset, probably like a year and a half later, I went for it. But what's really funny is like in Melissa's group, Melissa, I didn't realize that like there were coaches underneath you. I just thought they were all like challengers. So I was like, oh, so like I need to like get my own group with like 50 people because I need to run a challenge group. Like I just assumed once you became a coach that like the 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 thought of inviting to your group as a coach like didn't click with me for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe I was like too ADD to like pick up on that. So I was like, oh, well, I guess I just got to do this now. So I got like a few group, I got a few friends to sign up. I had a group of like 5 people, and we started with 21 Day Fix, just like the OG program. And I had no idea what I was doing. So I'm like poking around the coach office, and I'm like, oh, what do you know? Like Beachbody gives you a complete guide to running a challenge group for all of these programs. So I looked at that. I copied and pasted what I wanted. I like made it into my own, but I used that every day for my entire challenge group. And like I used their images. I totally copy and pasted and just kind of tweaked it a little bit. But they have those for like all of them, which is so awesome. And then once I did that, then we moved on, I think, to like 21 Day Real Time. So I did it again and I did it again. And then like, my little group started growing more. And now Lauren is in my group and she brought her people. So like now we have a pretty, considering I started with 5, like now I think we're almost at 50 maybe, or 40, 45. I don't know, but we're up. I mean, it's a lot more than I ever anticipated. So I really, if you haven't done a challenge group, if you're a coach and you haven't done it yet, like there are so many resources. Like I can't believe I didn't sit down and go through the coach office. Like that's all you have to do is literally look at the training section and the sharing media product section. And it's like, everything is there for you. Like if you have a question, instead of running to Melissa, which I do all the time, I know I should just go to my office and like look there. And yeah, once I did the first challenge group, I did the second, did the third, and then I started really kind of getting into it more. And I joined, the bigger page that we're a part of. And that's when I was able to get more resources. So now my challenge group, I have a daily group, and now I'm running, now I'm in the 9-week Control Freak. So it seems a little overwhelming at first, only if you let it be, because they really do. They give you everything, like everything you need on a platter. You just gotta like take a deep breath, and figuring out how to schedule ahead of time was such a lifesaver. Like I sat down one night and basically did like a week at a time for 21 Day Fix. And it helped me out so much. So that way, instead of worrying about posting, like then I could worry about like engaging with people in the group. So I don't know. That's my story. Now I'm working with Lauren in the group, and that's so fun. This is our first like month together running February, and we've split it up, and it's really exciting. It's really neat doing it with someone else. And like she said, we're bouncing ideas off each other, and we're asking each other questions. And I message her out of nowhere, and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I don't know what's happening. So it's just really great. But challenge groups, yeah, you should just go for it. And you don't need a ton of people, because that will come. And honestly, if you start with a small group, I mean, that's even better because you're starting. So it's like, who cares? Like your friends and family, they'll be like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, and it doesn't matter anyway. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm really excited. I've done a team cup before, but I was like, not focused. So now I'm focused and I'm here. And I'm just very happy to be here with you ladies. That's my story.
Love that.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go.
I wish I kind of did it your way, Megan, because I kind of got stuck in the cycle of just continuously inviting to like Laura and Melissa's groups, so that when it came time to where I really should have been running one myself, I didn't know how to then bring my girls with me because they're already in theirs and a lot of the content's now going to be the same. And so since I had never started my own, that's why I was like, oh, like it was perfect timing come January 1st when we were kind of separating the last group, because otherwise I think it would have just been like the whole big group and I would have never went on my own.
That's a really good point. And that's like, you know, we're always, like I say, we're always failing forward. This is an opportunity for Laura and I to like evaluate that and say, okay, you know, if this is a struggle that one of our coaches is going to have later on, we really should be encouraging our leaders to step into that role, right? Like, so if this is a constant learning experience for everybody.
Yeah, I wasn't ready to start my own group initially. Like, I don't think I would have potentially done it ever if I had to then. Like, that would have probably, for me, like I said, yes, I'm a all or nothing at the same time because I was so baffled by social media and how to do things. Yeah. I would have probably been like, meh.
Yeah, and now I come to you every day and I'm like, how do I make a video?
Yeah. I think about that too, because when my coach said that to me, I think about that. I could have gone one of either ways. I could have gone and run my own, or I could have run away screaming. And, you know, what made me choose to decide to run it? Who knows, you know, but maybe sometimes people, I know I needed that push. You know,
yeah, like I know I needed it at some point, but if it was right at the beginning when I first started coaching and getting my first people, I would have been like, I'm good.
I can't remember when I sent you a message, Lauren, but I was like, I think it's time you run your own group. I was like, you're ready. And you're like, no.
Like, fly, baby bird.
I was like,
I think you had to have that conversation with me a couple times.
I was like, you can do it now.
I was like, no, I'm fine.
Do what we do. Copy and paste it.
I'm thankful that I like missed that memo, or else I would still never be running my own. Like I would not be where I am now. I would just be like happy as can be in the, you know, in that group, inviting to that one. Like,
well, I don't know that there was a memo. I just asked Laura 20 million questions.
So I'm here for it.
And I think it also gives you an appreciation of what your coaches do, because we are constantly, I mean, we sit and we plan out our, you know, we alternate weeks of scheduling. You know, Laura is the mastermind behind all like the bingo stuff, but that's all stuff that we're creating and coming up with, you know. So when you're in a challenge group, you sometimes don't realize the work that goes on behind the scenes, like not just the posting, but making sure that we're commenting on everybody's stuff, that this is a place that not only our challengers want to be, but that we want to be, that we want to have fun in, you know?
I remember one of the reasons, so I initially signed up with someone else and she put me in like this 21-day fix challenge group. Was called like Fit for Fall or something. And we all pressed one on the same day, or pressed play on for day one on the same day. And there was recipes, and I just felt like I was a part of this like little team going through this program together. We were cheering each other on. And that has stuck with me ever since, you know, September of 2015 when I started. I was like, I felt so good in that group. I felt like it was a safe space. Like I felt so encouraged and supported. And ever since then, I'm like, I want to make a challenge group so every single person that comes in there feels the same exact way. And you, whether it be a free group, whether it be our team page, like we want everyone to feel special, supported, like just they have their people there cheering them on no matter what. So I love challenge groups for this very reason. Melissa. But yeah, I love challenge groups are probably one of my favorite things. The community within the challenge group and the challenge group, so yeah. So it's because I'm your bingo partner, Kristen. Is it? You can just say that, like, it's because we're rocking bingo that you wanted to come on.
Honestly, it's so crazy to me that we didn't even combine our team pages earlier, because we knew what we did in the challenge group. We should have known what it would be like in the team page.
We
But
were so terrified to combine.
we're scared about
Terrified. But
yeah, we were.
now we feel
we
just
had
like a
seen
big happy family.
It's so awesome. But we had seen what that had done to our upline, and you kind of get scared about what could potentially go wrong, but what could go right was so much better. So that's another, just take those chances, do the things that are uncomfortable, and magic could happen. All right, you want
Well,
to?
I also
sorry.
wanted to say the other night, like how I was saying, I'm learning about like the underbelly of the Beachbody beast. Like there's some like haters out there and all that other stuff, and even some of the coaches get like super competitive, among each other, not like friendly competition. But like I've heard those horror stories of like uplines, like being terrible to be under, and like you get trapped under them, and it's like, I know going forward when I'm trying to get coaches, like I'm just going to tell them like how lucky we are, because you guys are really like, this is the best upline. Like you guys are great, and you like take the time to teach us everything. And I know you guys are happy. So like, if you guys are happy, then I'm assuming we should be happy. So
Well, and when people say that to me, like, oh, I've heard this about Beachbody, I always just say, like, it's just like any job. Like any job can be, what's the right word? Like, I don't know what the right word is, but you know what I mean? Like, not happy place. Like, so not all teams are created equal. And Danny Detra always says in her stories, I don't follow her anymore, but I try to use it often when I talk to people. I forget what it is. What does she say? Not all teams are the same, or not all teams are created equal. She has some saying that she says about it, but it's true. You have to pay attention to who you're signing up with. And just because your sister or just because your, cousin is a Beachbody coach doesn't mean you're going to get the same level of support or community that, you're going to get with a coach. So pay attention to who you sign up with. All right. Laura, do you want to introduce our little firecracker?
So Allison is basically a brand new coach. This is her like going into her second month of coaching. And I think I don't even know when we became friends on Instagram somehow. Yes. I think through a podcast group. Yes. They did like an Instagram follow thing, and I was like, yeah, I'll follow all these people. We listen to the same stuff. We all kind of like the same general stuff. So I don't know. We ended up following each other that way. And then I don't even know. I just noticed she was watching my stories. I messaged her. I looked at her page. And I saw she was like out drinking beer with her now fiance. And I was like, oh, I love beer. I wonder what kind of beer she's drinking. So we literally started talking about beer. That was our first conversation. And it just moved from there. And she continued to watch my stuff. And I think I didn't even ask you about it, but you're like, oh, I've been watching you about what health and fitness stuff are you doing? Like, looks interesting. Like, you look like you're having so much fun working out. And I was like, yeah. And then I know you became a challenger, an awesome challenger. You completed 2 programs, and I'm like, you're ready to do this. Let's do this. And we watched The Bachelor together every week. That helped. We watched The Bachelor the night she got engaged to her fiance.
That's true.
I'm basically their third wheel now.
It's fine. like I said, he watches your Instagram posts before I even watch them. So fine.
But yeah, I always say like social media can be a scary place. It can be a dark place, but like this girl is like one of my best friends and we haven't even met in person and I'm gonna cry.
Me too. I know I'm like, don't say anything.
But like, I'm so thankful for that, for all going through all that bullshit. We found each other and like a bunch of you too, you know, like I never would have met you and befriended all of you if it wasn't for this. So, okay, I'll let you talk because I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. So kind of like what Laura was saying. So I really started off just kind of lurking her stuff, which sounds kind of creepy, but her date nights was like what initially got me in. And then I just kind of started watching from there. And I won't go into like kind of my past, but I've gone through like a really bad last couple years with my health. And so I was put on hold for like working out. And so I was like, okay, you know, maybe if I do something at home, which is more my comfort level, then maybe I'll be able to branch out. So I started doing that and I did my 2 first programs. Thank God, Laura and the group was there to cheer me on and like encourage me every single day, because I swear I am the worst person because I always fall off of workout programs like 2 or 3 days in and that's it. And I don't end up coming back. And so just having that accountability was so crazy and really saved everything for me, to be completely honest. And then I started off a little skeptical about the different like proteins that you can take, like the Energize and the Recover. And Laura like slowly edged me in and was like, just try it. Like maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. Like just to see how it goes. And I ended up really, really liking it. And then I started kind of becoming obsessed with Recover and using it like almost after every single workout. And so Laura kind of was like, well, you know, you could get a discount from this if you signed up as a coach. And I was a little hesitant, but I decided to take that leap. And I know I do call it Restore. I don't know why, but that's okay. So I decided to take that leap, which was kind of a huge thing for me. And I was lucky enough because when I first started kind of just joining without being a coach, I was posting on kind of social media a lot about it. And so I was already kind of getting that interest and people getting engaged in it. And so I feel like I was super fortunate because when I started off as a coach, I already had people in the background who had been watching my stories for the past couple of months and kind of had been seeing what I was doing. And so I was able to kind of not dip my feet in, but just kind of full on start with it and get 3 people. I mean, well, my fiance is a coach and he's not doing anything, but still it counts. I got 2 people to sign up. But now I have to say it's kind of, for me, it's a really huge learning curve because now kind of what Megan was seeing, I'm seeing the not so positive side of it. So I'm getting no's and having people being less encouraging. And so for me, it's really leaning on everybody here, which everyone's done such an amazing job with. And I bug Laura like every single day, asking her different questions and advice on everything. But it's really been a learning curve on learning not to be super sensitive when someone says no and not taking it personally and instead moving on. And because the people that I have signed up, specifically one of the girls that I signed up, she texts me every single day and we have this like little small chat with each other, and just watching her feel so much more comfortable in her body and watching her become so much stronger when I like feel so down because someone said no or someone's kind of given me a criticism, I will go back to those like text messages and I'll be like, okay, you know, this is why you're doing this. Like, don't take it personally. You know, that you are actually making an impact in these people's lives. And maybe I'm not touching all of those 7 people that said no, but it's really that one person who I'm really making an impact on. So that's kind of my story.
Oh my God, I love that so much.
Me too.
So much. So one of my biggest things that's helped me, and this just reminded me of that. And I don't know, I think I heard it on a training, but I started it years ago and I call it, it's an album on my phone and I call it Success Board. And it's that exact same purpose. Every single time I get my heart filled up from this. It could be a message in the challenge group. It could be a DM. It could be whatever it is, a shout out when I rank advance that makes me feel good. Something that makes me feel good. I screenshot it and I put it in this album called Success Board. And it's there for those times that you feel like shit, or maybe you don't remember what you're doing or why. It's there for me to look at. And I just want to tell you guys, because I started it so long ago. It has.
I have one too.
Oh,
like
good.
a success storyboard. I forget to add to it, but like just like sweet messages people saying, or
So nice.
oh my God, I couldn't fit in my wedding dress before and I was going to have to pay hundreds for alterations. And now I don't have to pay because I fit in it. Like stuff like that. Just doesn't have to
Oh my
be a
God.
weight on the scale, you know?
I'm going to cry. I just found one from Rachel, April 8th, 2018.
Read
My
it,
Beachbody
read
coach,
it.
Melissa, who supports me on my fitness journey and is also who supports me as a friend, as a person and a friend. So start that. I have 328 now in here.
Oh my God, I gotta add more to mine.
I mean, I probably add to it most every day, but so it's really important to remember those good things, because that helps you remember your purpose. So in the beginning, I may have needed to look at that way more. I rarely look through them now, but they're all there in case I need them. And that's why I do this. That's why I go for those no's. That's why I don't care about who tells me to F off, because of all of you guys.
I know. And I think that that's like the hugest thing, is that, especially with like the Team Cup group and all the little groups that have formed, anytime I like feel super discouraged or I don't feel like working out, I always tell my friends, I'm like, you do this obviously to like work out and get fit, but also like the community that comes with it and the people who like support you without even actually meeting you is so impactful, that like it starts as you wanting to get fit, and then literally it's like your whole mindset changes because you are around so many other positive people who like want to push you and see you succeed. So
My heart.
And that is so cool too, is that what you've done is, when you get those no's or you feel uncomfortable, you dig into the community. And that's exactly what you should do. When you get those uncomfortable feelings, come to us. We've been there. We've heard these things, and we want to help you through it. So it's the same thing with your fitness journey. If you're feeling like you fell off, we want you to come back and re-engage with the challenge group, to tell us what's going on, to tell us if you're struggling or whatever's happening, so we can help you through it. The more that you get uncomfortable, you feel like you're falling off, come in, dig your hands back in to the community and to PD. I have, if I'm feeling like, let's say I get a coach cancellation that really like knocks me off my feet, I dig into like my business PD. So I get Grant Cardone in my ear that I'm in this, for a reason, and I just have to keep going. And if there's bullshit, I have to ignore it and keep going. So you have to just figure out what works for you, but PD community.
Love.
This is awesome. I know. Did Heather leave? Heather must have had to.
Maybe she had a kiddo awake.
Yeah. All right. Should we do a boomerang?
Oh man, we're really good at that.
Yeah, we should. We should.
I tried to do a video of boomerang last night, and I didn't realize it was like it was a video. So it's literally like the fastest story in the world.
Oh my God. I had to go back like 3 times. I was like, what is happening in this story?
Yes.
was it the one of me and you and your head's like
Yeah.
this?
And
I
it
couldn't
just
understand.
Bobblehead.
I didn't understand either. I'm like, why is it going by so fast? And I was like, oh, I
Well-
made a video, not
Well, my boomerang last night from
Yours
our
was so
power
funny.
hour, no one was moving but me, but Megan accidentally deleted hers, so I had to use mine.
I deleted mine. I'm like, oh, and I was the one who was like, can I get a quick boomerang? And then I deleted it. Like,
I was looking for yours because you were like, I took such a good one. I was like, where
I
is
know,
it?
I did. And then like, I went to, I'm telling you, I'm Instagram and me, we're becoming closer, but we are not friends right now. Oh my God. Last night I was like,
BFF.
oh, I missed it.
Oh my
So
God, I
I'm not
love it.
even
Okay,
gonna try tonight. I'm gonna leave it up
All
to
right.
someone else.
let's do it. Ready? All right. 1.
I'm just gonna start moving now.
Yeah, just start moving. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, I don't know where he is. He's somewhere over there.
Okay. Now. Oh wow, everyone's moving. Oh, everyone's moving.
Yay! I hope there's
And
people
Laura,
watching us
I
on our team.
thought
too.
of you when I put on my Ithaca Beer Company shirt because it's
Oh.
like basically where you live.
It is. I drive by there every day.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That's so fun.
So we have 2 exciting rank advancements coming on Thursday.
Rachel?
What?
Is it Rachel?
And Allison.
Oh.
Wait, and who else?
Allison's halfway there. She's halfway.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought she was
Like,
there.
no, I'm not.
She's halfway.
I know something you don't know.
I was like,
Did you see me? And you were like, also, you were like staring straight at me, even though you're only staring at the screen. I was like, why is Melissa like? I like had a feeling you were like, Allison.
I thought you were.
No, girl.
she'll
Every
be this
single
month.
person I've reached out to has
Okay.
either been very rude to me or said no. So
Well, I just put it into the universe.
thank you.
So-
No, thank you. I appreciate it.
like one of
That's
your really
happening.
good friends drink Shakeology all the time. And
No, so I'm gonna turn her into coach.
there you
And
go.
then my brother, this is live on Facebook, but it's fine. My brother's
Oh yeah,
girlfriend
turn
is
that, we
too.
can turn that off.
Oh yeah, I'll stop.
Yeah.
I'll stop.
Good night, everyone.
just
I also need Kristen. Kristen, I need your